And we wanted to talk about the topic of today is some very important topic. It's really near and dear to my heart. Today we're going to say, listen to your doctor, your spiritual doctor. The importance of Daat Torah, Aseh Lecha Rav, and unfortunately the very destructive force of a machlokes causing a fight and a dispute and a quarrel that's shalol l'shem shamayim. Not like the Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel, but the classical poster child example of creating machlokes, fights and problems and disunity is KORACH, which was Moshe's rich, wealthy cousin. Now, the Rav Gedalayu brings some fascinating psychological observances. He says, what did KORACH basically say? He was infuriated that Aaron, his cousin, was made the Kohen Gadol. So he's telling Moshe, it's not fair that you're president, you're the king, he's the Kohen Gadol.
Nepotism.
Yeah, that's why he decided to bring a whole gang of people to undermine the authority of Moshe and Aaron. And he says a lot of these corrupt people that are doing it for their own ego, he says they come with the argument of Kol Ha'edah Kedushim, right? They talk the talk that, everybody's holy and we should all be unified, we should all be the same. But he says really deep down, their intent is not for the sake of heaven. And that's what the Midrash says, Vayikach Korach, Vayitpalek Korach. Korach took for himself, Rashi says, Shalakach et atzmo lesad acher. He said, I am against you. I am your enemy. I am against Moshe Rabbeinu. I'm on the other side. I'm not together with Moshe. And I'm an outsider. I don't want to submit to Moshe's authority. And this is the classical person that's not mavater, doesn't relinquish his right, doesn't make amends to have peace, but he's adamant to create fighting and disunity. Now, the Midrash Rabbah says there's three great gifts a person could give humanity, a people. He says one of them is more precious than anything, wisdom. Another very special gift that Hashem could give you is wealth. But when is it good? When you realize that it's a gift from Hashem. It doesn't go to your head and corrupt you and make you a balgaiva, right? I saw such a beautiful Dvar Torah, and I actually recorded it a few years ago. Pinchas Scheinberg, one of the great Gedolim, brings from the many Chazals that if Korach wasn't so rich, he wouldn't have the chutzpah to start up with Moshe. But some people, my father used to get so mad when he used to see people like this. He says this guy, and the guy didn't have money. Last 10 years, he made a few $1 million. Then he thinks he has Hashem God, and he could, attack the rabbis and attack religion and do whatever he wants. And this is what the Medrash says. He says, wealth is a wonderful thing as long as it's coming from the power of Torah. But if you think that Kochi v'otzam yadi, I get the credit for it, it's not a gift from Hashem, right? It's I made the money come. Then it's going to say, it's going to destroy you. And the Medrash says, just like it destroyed Haman, because again, it corrupted him to try to destroy Mordechai. Instead, Hashem destroyed himself, inshallah, Khamenei and all the mullahs. The same thing with the Korach, that he literally got swallowed to the depths of hell, right? The land opened up and devoured him. So Rabbi Gedalayu just says...
Wait, when that happened, he went straight to Gehenna?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and he says this is unfortunately the power of Korach, that he didn't want to be under the authority and comply and cooperate and be obedient to the Daat Torah of Moshe Rabbeinu. And that's why I wanted to talk about this, because so many people that I, as the rabbi, interacted with, countless people could have been married, could have been B'nai Torah. And unfortunately, we're living in a society where it's very autonomous. People want to defy and resist Daat Torah. And one of the most important things my Rosh Hashiva Zatzal said, Rav Weinberg, Rosh Hashiva Ner Yisrael, is every day when we say Ahavat Olam before Shema in the morning, we say Lishmoa Lilmod V'Lamed. One of the most important things in the workings of the Rambam, you see, is a person always has to be open to the truth. A person has to be obedient to the Gedolim. I just want to say one thing. The Gedolim, when they came to America, Rav Moshe Feinstein and Rav Aaron Kotler, and a similar thing the Chazon Ish saw in Israel, they saw that the world is so materialistic, like we were saying in Mesilas Yesharim, right? The Kadosh person, but they saw the world is so corrupt and materialistic. Like I told you, I literally know people that work till 10 p.m., 11 p.m., and they start working at 8 a.m. So when Rav Moshe and Rav Aaron came to America, they saw that not only should everybody go to yeshiva high school, they should go post high school to yeshiva beis medrash, and they should start off their first year or two of marriage in kollel. Only then. So this is something very important that as a spiritual doctor, we should follow our gedolim. The people, and I tell you, the people that, because I was in charge of the Persian alumni for Ner Yisrael, and I saw this, Bera'ayol En. I saw it with my naked eye. It was so shocking, it made me, the Gemara in Baba Basra says, Chacham adas mi nafi. A Chacham is more powerful, is more desirable than even a prophet, Navi. Because a Navi has to wait for Hashem to teach him. But when you have wisdom, in a way, you don't have to wait for Hashem to reveal the secret to you. In your mind, you understand it through Das Torah. Chacham adas mi navi. A Chacham, a wise person, is more powerful than Navi. So unfortunately, KORACH, Moshe Rabbeinu many times went to him and said, hey KORACH, what you're doing is wrong. But KORACH is that classical person that doesn't want to obey and be obedient and yield to Das Torah. And Rabbi Kraus Shlita once said a beautiful thing from Rabbi Yisrael Salanter's Talmud. He says, for the 40 years, the name of this book of the Torah is Bamidbar. And how the Jews were led for the 40 years, wherever the clouds of glory, the Ananei Kavod would go, they would know they were going in a protected right place. He says, how could a person be guided by the Ananei Kavod in our time and day and know that he's protected and making the right choice? Listen to that Torah. Listen to your Rebbe. KORACH got destroyed so many countless people of his followers because he did not want to comply and cooperate and be obedient and submissive and defer to the Das Torah of Gedolim. And I could guarantee you could go make a survey yourself. Look at your colleagues and friends, the people that went to yeshiva high school, but they ended up going to UCLA or Santa Monica. They didn't continue they didn't listen to the Das Torah, what the Gedolim say. How the Olam HaTorah, the yeshiva bachrim go. Look how they live their life. How much they're learning, where they're holding in Kedusha Torah, being a Ben Torah, being Shomer Torah mitzvos. And I tell you, the same difference is those couples that listen to the Das Torah of the Gedolim, which are the Ananei Kavod, the Moshe Rabbeinus of our time. The same difference is those people that not only continue being in a mostly, right? Because Rameir says in Pirkei Avot, you always have to make the Torah the main part of your thing. If you want to go to college, go to night college. It's a world of a difference. A person that is going to night college, but he's 8 hours a day in the Beis Medrash, than somebody that think. And this, by the same difference, it's so important. Baruch Hashem, our Chatan here is following that Torah. It's so important not only after the high school years, a person should be, even the when a husband and wife start at least first year or two in a kollel, it's the difference between night and day. Because I had a list of people and I saw these people that went to kollel, these people that didn't, their wives, their children, I got married, Baruch Hashem, almost 25 years ago. It's a world of a difference. So let's not be like KORACH. Let's obey and cooperate and yield to get advice always from our spiritual doctors, which are the Gedolim. and then we will be zeicha to have tremendous success. ויתקיים בנו מקרא שכתוב ואתם הדבקים באדוני אלוהיכם חיים כולכם היום.